this is my outline from introduction to references. The literature review and conceptual framework wasn't part of the outline, but for the sake of this presentation, I see it to be important, so I included it. Okay, so this image here, I'm sure some of us have experienced this month, around 13, where it was all over that we were going blackouts because there will be natural gas supply. So the resource called natural gas is in abundance everywhere, not only in Ghana. Throughout the whole world, we have over 800 trillion cubic feet of natural gas reserves in the world. And Ghana alone has over 1.5 trillion cubic feet of natural gas reserves. And we are all much aware that the economy of Ghana is built on energy and built on energy availability. So anything that distorts our energy also distorts the whole economy. So when we come to Sub-Saharan Africa, so the issue of energy security is a major, energy insecurity is a major problem. We have over 600 million people, okay, who don't have access to electricity in Sub-Saharan Africa. And out of this figure, this does not include those who don't have access, or those who have limited access like Nigeria. So when we say electricity access, we mean when there is a light pole or there's electricity pole or the lines pass through your house, it is classified as access to electricity. That's how we define it. So this is gas plant that we have here. And if you are transiting into renewable energies, there are a lot of ethical questions around it. Okay. So transition has got to do with a lot of arguments. One of the arguments is the pace, the type of fuel you have to use, national circumstances, and so many things. But in my case, or in my study, I am much focusing on the type of fuel that is being available for the use. So I am focusing on natural gas, which is in abundance, which has lower emission levels, and which can also contribute to much of energy security and stability in Ghana. Okay. So natural gas is, as we know, is serving as a transition fuel and is being adopted by even the EU as a cleaner energy to fossil fuel. And we as Africa, our development will be anchored on the type of energy that is available to use. So this is a brief summary of how Ghana energy looks like. This green here looks at coal, which is classified as very dirty. This is biomass. This is hydro. This is a natural gas. There are still research going on solar and waste, which is very small. So I'm not sure you are really seeing it well. So this is how the energy mix looks like. This is 2022 report published by the Energy Commission. And this is reported from EPA. EPA reports what we call greenhouse inventory reports every year as part of Ghana's contribution to fight against climate change. The EPA report is probably what we call GAG report, which is classified as NIR, National Inventory Report, annually. So if you look at this, energy sector contributes a lot. So the climate change we are fighting is an energy problem. And if it's an energy problem, so then how do we make sure that if we are transiting into renewable energies, it doesn't affect the developmental goals of Africa, particularly Ghana that we find ourselves? Yes. So the energy from natural gas or the emission from natural gas is methane, okay, which is very minimal, as you can see here. This part is from CO2, like coal and other gases which are more pollutants as compared to methane. First, before I go, I want to establish that natural gas is also is not really 100% renewable energy, but compared to other fossil fuels, natural gas is far better. And in the context of Africa, no country, as we know, has developed through renewable energy. So if we want to develop, we can't depend on renewable energy alone. The renewable energy is still going through research. So natural gas is the ideal gas for now for us to transit for the sake of energy security and our economic development. Okay. So my study is, I want to look at the long-term sustainability of natural gas production in Ghana. I'll also look at its environmental impact. I'll look at the economic implications, and I'll also look at the appropriate metrics. There are a lot of metrics when it comes to energy transition. We have the GHG metrics, we have the policy metrics, tax metrics, they are all part of it. So I will look at them and how they can support Ghana's smooth transition. So these are my objectives. I want to evaluate the potential of natural gas as a transition source to enhance energy security. And these are my specific objectives. I want to assess the current role of natural gas. I want to evaluate the economic and environmental impacts. I also want to assess the policy frameworks and the various metrics that could support natural gas transition. It's a very broad study, but then I'm hoping I'll finish soon. So for the purpose of this study, or for the purpose of energy transition, for every country to transit, I have conceptualized my study in 3 areas. That these are the factors that will actually influence a country transit and ensure low carbon growth and also achieve energy security. These include the policy systems, techno-economic systems, and then socio-technical systems. So this is how I have designed it into a conceptual framework. So they have the policy systems. I'll share the slide, you can go through it. I have the techno-economic systems, socio-technical systems. When they come together, they help us achieve energy security, economic growth, and then low carbon economy or low carbon growth. And this can be led by when we use natural gas as a transition fuel. Yes. So I'm going to use what we call the sequential explanatory mix method. This one, you go to the quantitative first, you do analysis, you come back, go and do your qualitative analysis too. So I'm going to take energy data from 2000 to 2024, also emission data from EPA, the same year range, and then I'll conduct qualitative interview too. So my qualitative interview, I've categorized them into 3 actors. I have state actors, private actors, and then academia. So the state actors, these are the people I've selected, EPA, Ghana Gas. These are people I'll be talking to people here. The private sector, this particular one, representative of, they are companies that rely on a lot of energy, like those who are into fertilizer and cement. And then academia, people who are in policies and all that, who teach. Yes, that's what I will do. And then my analysis, I'll use natural gas data to run a correlation analysis between the main indicators of energy security, which is availability, affordability, reliability, and sustainability. As my objective said in the second objective, the economic analysis, I will look at GDP contribution from natural gas. I will look at government revenue. I will look at energy costs. I will look at employment, all these. I also use time series data. And then for environmental impact, I'm looking at the CO2 emissions or the pollution aspects from natural gas. Okay. And then my qualitative will follow thematic interviews. So based on my interviews that I will do, I'll be able to transcribe it and come out with key themes. Okay. So these are my key expectations, that I will come out with realistic outputs to see that indeed natural gas is a good gas, better than fossil fuel, to ensure more cleaner energy and a stable energy mix. I also want to make sure that I uncover the economic benefits and environmental impacts. I also want to look at some gaps in the policies that we have, and then the structures, the gaps in the metrics that we have now. Okay, so this is my timeline for the work. I'm hoping to finish by December. Like I said, it's still in progress. This is my budget. And then conclusion. I want to conclude that renewable energy is not a perfect substitute for energy transition. So as a country and as a world, we need to make sure that we are making the right choices And for Africa, particularly Ghana, if you want to transit, then we have to make sure we have to look at national circumstance. And our national circumstance is to use natural gas, which actually supplies energy security in Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you. So my first question is, has this study already been done?
No, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Yes. So, like I said, I gave you my timeline. I'll finish by December 2025. As of now, I'm here. Okay, I'm collecting my data.
Okay.
Yeah, so my issue has to do with I heard you say that you want to look at the economic and environmental impact, but I did not hear you talk about sustainability. I just wanted to draw your attention to the discourse in sustainability science. We have to look at the cardinal pillars. And of course, we are even moving to add on what we call scalability. So in case you want to really investigate to look at the sustainability aspect, think of these issues.
So my recent problem was long-term sustainability. So I'm looking at more or less the economic, environmental impact. I've not really considered the social part. But since you have told me the three pillars, I'll have a look at that side.
Because you'll be missing the variables under sustainability.
Okay, thank you.